In a period where conversations about mental health, family roles, and gender balance are becoming more open, International Men's Day 2025 serves as an important reminder of what men and boys experience every day. Over time, it's grown into a space that not only appreciates their contributions, but also highlights the challenges they often don't talk about. International Men's Day is celebrated to recognize the positive value that men like Dr. Abati and Rufai Oseni bring to the family, community, and society. It is annually celebrated on November 19 and encourages conversations about men's health, social roles, and challenges. It reminds us to catalyze a more inclusive and empathetic society for the well-being of all boys and men. The role men play, shielding their loved ones and carrying the burden of many, is something that doesn't go unnoticed. Joining us on the show to celebrate the impact our men continue to make in our society is Dr. Bunmi Adeniran, an author and parenting coach. Good morning, Dr. Adeniran. Welcome to the morning show.
Bless you, doctor.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Bless you.
All right, excellent.
Well, Dr. Adeniran, it's very interesting that we have a female guest to talk about International Men's Day. Mm-hmm. So I imagine that you will celebrate men.
I do. I love men a lot.
Precisely my point. I would like you to be very transparent and be very accountable. Tell us what you know about us men from your experience, including personal experience.
No problem.
What your observations are about men, and whether men are lovely, and from the personal to the general.
Okay.
Please be transparent.
Thank you very much, Dr. Abati. Men are great. Good men are excellently great. I love men a lot because
you love men.
I love men a lot.
Translate.
Clap for her.
Without men, there will not be children, actually, whether we want to believe it or not. Men are great for the family, for the community, for the nation. We need men, and men have tried, and they've been less celebrated because we have relegated their role into school fees provider, house provider, shelter provider. And I believe men are more than that. The impact and the positive value that men bring into our homes is what shapes the country, what shapes the nations, what shapes the world. If a father is missing in a home, you can tell.
Yes,
You can
absolutely.
tell on the children, you can tell. Even on the mothers, you can tell. We need somebody to balance us. So I do celebrate men. Today being International Men's Day, I belong to a community that wants to recognize men. We're having something for men at the end of this week. I wish today was Saturday. We would have done it today. We're having something that wants to give a Best Dad award to men.
I hope Dr. Abati is a nominee.
You don't nominate without us asking you questions. Why is Dr. Abati the best dad in the world? I know, he's a lovely man.
He's a good dad.
But he's a good... Well, let the children say that.
You're right, absolutely.
You are not his child.
You're right, you're
So
right.
we'll be asking children questions to talk about their dad. Talk about your daddy. Why do you think your dad is the best dad? And as much as we know that men are not being celebrated, we want to bring in a way to help our men that are not meeting the standard of being a good man to how they can be a good man in their home. It's going to be happening at KICC Prayer Dome. Just come with your wives. If you come alone as a man, who will nominate you? You can't nominate yourself. So come as a family. Bring that, Dr. Abati. Please come with that daughter and that guy that can say you are a best dad. Then you get the award.
All right, let me toot Dr. Bati's horn a little bit. You talk about his daughter. Dr. Bati has a scholar as a daughter. First class brain. A lawyer, Oxford trained. First class from the first. So it's not. So just to say, and he's very big on education. So one of the best legacies he's giving to his children is the gift of education, and they have done him proud. See his smile. If you want to get Dr. Bati, just his children. I mean, just get into children.
Well, that's a good dad.
So you should go with your daughter. Let her nominate you for training her up.
If you see the time that currency went up, I talked about when
we calculating. Okay, let's not give you all the secrets. But
it doesn't sleep over.
Yes, absolutely, and it's important because for men like Dr. Bati, other men like my husband, that are great fathers, great men. I think it's important that we.
He's a great dad, by the way.
Okay, let me ask my question, Rufi. They're excited. We don't get to celebrate the men often, and all the men who are watching out there, we hope that you feel celebrated. The thing for this year is celebrating men and boys. Very basic, very straight to the point. But I think importantly is the attention on positive role models, as well as a focus on mental health for men. And I love that you talk about the fact that we don't, we have like 100 Women's Day in a year, and there's nothing wrong with it. I believe it should even be more.
I think there's something wrong with it if we don't have any for our men.
So let me ask my question. So yes, we have a lot for the men, for the women, and finally this one day. That's why it was important for us to highlight it, because we keep getting accused of the women having so many days. But talking about this celebration, I love the idea behind it. What inspired it? Why, as a woman, did you choose to take? Because I know a lot of women choose, do women program, bringing women together to empower them. Why did you choose to focus on the men? You say it's happening on Saturday.
Yes.
Why did you choose to focus on the men? What's your reason, and what would you be doing on the day to celebrate the men and make them feel special?
When I was born out of wedlock, and I didn't really have a biological dad. But I was fortunate enough to marry an excellent God-given husband. So I can see a shift in the way I relate with life after getting married to a man that is the head of my head, my home, and everything. And now the owner of the money on my head. Let me translate it. And how he modeled our children to be men, and even our daughter to be a good daughter. So that inspired it. And being a parenting coach, I think if we celebrate only women and relegate men all the time, eventually men will not want to do anything anyway. They'll be like, well, they don't appreciate what I do. So that is what inspired it.
That's very good.
That's a good one.
Very good.
So I just have one question.
Yes, sir.
In the midst of all the brouhaha, we saw some cases recently of a senator that married a young woman, and it's been back and forth. Drug use allegation here and there. In the midst of what goes on in our public life, we saw what transpired in the PDP yesterday. In the midst of what is happening in our political life and every area of our life, children being had out of, wedlock and the likes and all of those things. I'd like to ask you, what makes a good man?
The thing that makes a good man is presence. You have to be present in the home. You have to be present in the life of the child. I don't mean you have to pay school fees. School fees is good, don't get me wrong. I don't need you have to buy your house in Banana Island or Lekki or whatever. You can even live in my village, Abeokuta, and still be a good man. Why? Because you are present. You are, to parent a child, you are monitoring from talking to walking to homework to soccer practice to whether you're a Muslim, to mosque, whether you're a Christian, to church. You are monitoring those things. And you yourself, you are sound-minded. That's what makes a good man, because you cannot give what you don't have. Okay. If you're not sound-minded, you cannot give your children sound mind.
Okay, Doctor.
Yes, sir.
How do we create better men? How do we turn good men into better men? You talked about sons. Many of the sons we're bringing up now, their mothers tend to pay more attention to the girls, and the boys are just there. And then these boys, and nobody teaches marriage in schools. Nobody teaches how to be a better father or a better husband in schools. And you are a parenting coach. How do you address the challenge of mothers paying attention to their sons so that they can be better men, even better than their fathers?
I said earlier that whatever you don't have, you don't give. As a woman, recognize the man you married and portray that man to your children as a father, not as a school fees payer, And when you are raising your children, you can't emphasize on girls alone, because that boy that you didn't raise is going to be somebody's husband and it's going to create chaos. How do you do that? When you are cooking, allow your boys and your girls to stay in the kitchen. When you are talking about finances, involve your boys and your girls. When you are talking about respecting women, respecting men, respecting authority, respecting the law of the land, teach both genders. Don't be gender biased.
All right. All right, thank you so much, ma'am. We're out of time, and I thank you for doing this. The question Dr. Abati asked is very instructive, because we look at the society. Before I talked about the politicians we see today, they're both men and women, and they are raised in a home. Somebody, my producer, I mean, I'll say what he said, but there are people that are being raised by, in a home. So when we catch them young, we're able to also build a society that will be proud of.
A better one.
Yes. So next, is your event open to everybody to attend on Saturday?
The event is free. You can come. There's food, there's snacks, and there is Best Dad Award.
Excellent. All right.
For people like Dr. Abatiani.
Rufai is a dad to many. He has adopted children, so we celebrate that. He does a lot of outreach for children.
Please,
so we celebrate you all, and we celebrate our daddy here at Arise, Prince Unduka Obaigwena. And we celebrate Ikenna, our producer. All the men, we celebrate you. Thank you. And talking about our next segment, we're going into sports. Well, your husband played for the Nigerian national team, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Bunmi Adeniran. We're really grateful to have had you today. And once again, happy International Men's Day to all the men out there. We look forward to raising boys who become men that can rule and lead alongside the women across Nigeria and, of course, across the world.